All right, everybody. Welcome to the Paranormal Peeps podcast. We appreciate you coming back. I'm surprised you came back, but hey, we're glad that you came back. So, today we're going to talk about fun stuff. We're going to talk about games. Who doesn't love games? Everybody?
No.
Who likes? No? Nobody? Josh doesn't like games.
It's like dead
Board
silent.
games
Josh is
are
thinking
evil.
Josh is thinking Monopoly, and nobody likes to play Monopoly, honestly.
Are you a table flipper when you get mad and play games? Do you
Oh,
flip the
yeah.
table?
I just don't play games. That way I don't have to flip the table.
But what if you've never played with us? Like, there's some fun games like Ticket to Ride's fun.
Oh, I love that game.
No, I haven't played that one.
Settlers is great.
You like Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a board game, but
It's not a board
it's a
game,
game, though. It's a game.
It's a game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
It's a card game.
It's fun. A lot of laughs.
So you like card-type games.
More so than anything, I think.
You'd love Killer Bunnies.
Ooh.
What about Exploding Kittens? You guys are cat people.
Oh my gosh, you guys would love Exploding Kittens.
You probably would. But no, we're not going to talk about those kinds of games. We love those kinds of games. We have a plethora of those kinds of games. But tonight we're going to talk about different kinds of games. We're going to talk about the games that
You shouldn't play.
you probably shouldn't play. These are the games that are probably popular, and I'm going to be very stereotypical here.
Don't do
and
it.
generalizing, but it's typically what you're going to see at the teenage girl slumber party, I'm guessing. And just to prove it here, we actually have a guest host with us. So let's talk about who's here. Going around the table to my right, I'm Mike. I'm the large one, Lord Mikey. To my right
I'm Terry.
is my lovely wife Terry, and then we have
Jamie.
her,
And Josh.
the great one. He's the one that actually edits these shows, and so if you don't like the editing, it's all Josh. If you do like it, it's still Josh.
He does a good job.
He does a good job.
Thank you, Josh.
He's the one that makes us sound okay. So, and then we do have a guest teenager. Elisa could not be with us again. She had some family issues to mend and to take care of. So, we do have a guest teenager,
Hello.
and her name is Hello.
Yes, I'm Annika.
This is Annika. She's actually my daughter and Terry's daughter.
Yep.
She's a good kid. So hopefully she doesn't turn you all away from listening to the show. Pressure's on. If they leave us, then it's all on it's on you.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure.
I'll
She's
just-
mostly
I'll
just
just be
going to be
silent.
sitting in.
Yeah.
We'll lose
She'll just-
all 5 of our
You know,
listeners.
if she's silent, it's probably
We
because
have 5?
she's probably
That's 4 more than I thought we had.
well. If
Wait,
she's
wait.
silent, she's probably texting or playing a game on her phone, like
Yeah.
most teenagers.
We have 5 listeners and 5 people on the table.
That's
Uh-oh.
true. That's true.
That's suspicious.
Yeah. And, speaking of listeners, we do appreciate all of our listeners. Shout out to all of you.
Absolutely.
That's an all-inclusive shout out. So wherever you are, this show's for you. Dedicated to you. And tell your friends. We do like seeing we have listeners. We do have... we actually have seen a pretty big increase in the amount of followers on Instagram over the last couple of weeks, which has been
Yes, we have.
fun.
It's been fun. We've
So
gotten,
a lot are in the UK.
we've gotten
so
a lot of UK followers.
bless you guys.
Thank you.
Welcome to Utah. We do have ghosts here too. But
Just
we don't
not-
always talk about ghosts.
Just not as many.
Just not as many. Oh yeah. So you come here. Let's do like an exchange system. Let's get some of our listeners that will work it out. They arrange for us to come and investigate there in the UK, and then they can come here and we'll take them on a tour here.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Right?
No, we're
That would
such
be
a
cool.
young
Wouldn't it?
country compared to them.
I know.
That's true.
So that's why we have less spirits here. I'm
But it
just
doesn't
kidding.
mean it was uninhabited. It
No,
just-
that's true.
There's still lots of Native American spirits that.
Sure, but
We're
it wasn't
here
as
for-
heavily populated as it is
I
now.
know it's not as heavily historic. There's not much historical record.
That's probably a fair statement.
So, one of these days, my fantasy is to go to Scotland and investigate some of my favorite castles in Scotland, especially my clan castle.
You could have done it.
I could have done it. So before we get in the show, I gotta tell
You
the
missed
story.
it. I just gave the look to Josh
I know.
like, really?
I know. It's like,
So back in 2009, for all of
Just
you
go
in
back
the
and listen to
UK
episode 1,
Oh,
okay?
yeah,
You'll
back
hear
in
the whole
episode 1.
story.
Did we go through the whole episode? That one?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did.
Episode
Okay.
1. We went over
I
all
was
that.
I was dumb. I was a chicken at the time. So
Anyways,
all things are better now. Now I want to go to Scotland. So if you're in Scotland, and especially if you have connections to Braemar Castle, get me in. I'll come. Go Braemar. Okay.
So, would these games ever be played at a male slumber party?
Heck no.
Wait.
We're not.
Hold on.
So
Let's-
okay.
is there even such thing as a male
sorry,
slumber
it was
party?
called
Yes.
Scout
A
Camp.
sleepover, scout camp.
Yes, there
So
is.
we did as teenagers. It was more under the guise of like scouts, but we
You never had friends come over and just spend the night, hang out?
Oh, absolutely.
Not
Okay,
very
they just
often.
they don't call them sleepovers,
No,
obviously.
we watched like Ultimate Fighting Championships and
Oh, we just sit up and play Nintendo all night long.
or that. Yeah,
No pillow fights.
yeah.
no.
No.
You didn't freeze
Everyone-
somebody's bra.
Well, every once in a while.
Freeze whose bra?
You always freeze the first girl that falls asleep. You always freeze her bra in the
I
freezer.
never had girls over at my house.
I would spend the night at your house.
I know you did, but how old was I when you actually spent the night at my house?
I don't know.
I was in my
No, 20.
mid-20s,
I wasn't. Yeah.
and you spent the night at my house because you were dating my friend, and you guys fell over.
It was probably really inappropriate at the time if you
I
took her
was-
bra and froze it.
Well, I would have done that at that point. I was a returned missionary, and I was a good boy. I was a good boy, and they fell asleep on the couch. Anyway,
Just hope he doesn't listen to this podcast. Anyways.
And we digress.
Okay, so yes.
but at any rate,
Yeah, the first girl that fell asleep, you always froze her bra, and then you stuck her hand in warm water and tried to make her pee.
yeah.
You know this,
These
right,
are
Jamie?
brutal.
girls.
Yeah,
Are
no, I know all
horribly
about this.
Like
Having
Josh
tried
said.
some of them myself.
Like Josh said, you watch a movie, you watch wrestling, action movie, and then it's like Nintendo till 4 a.m.
With pizza, right?
Yeah, absolutely,
Maybe.
pizza for sure,
I mean, yeah, pizza
or
roll,
7-Eleven
pizza,
hot dogs,
something.
Bagel bites.
Probably didn't actually sleep. We'd usually just stay up all night playing Nintendo
Yeah,
and wouldn't sleep until 48
So-
hours later.
we did have one
Okay,
marathon of Faces of Death, which is a terrible series. I don't think you can even see anymore.
yeah.
But it was like
No.
live action, like video camera stuff, like of people actually dying, like surveillance cameras, executions.
Why would you watch that?
Ah.
Because you can't not look away. I don't know. I was a teenager. It was like, this is cool.
Okay, so
Sorry.
girls' sleepovers are called slumber parties. What are guys' sleepovers?
They don't get
Stag
called
parties.
sleepovers because you
Well,
don't sleep.
Like come over and hang out,
If you
come play
call-
video games,
Exactly.
hang out.
Yeah.
The most punk stuff or teasing stuff that we ever did was like drawing on somebody with a marker, drawing on someone's
See,
face.
Now,
You do the shaving cream
I
thing?
have heard of,
Oh, I forgot about the shaving cream thing.
guys
Yeah.
getting together and doing some awful things, but they are not family friendly.
Did you go toilet papering?
No.
Egging?
So we did all
Yes.
those things. We went to golf courses and like went out and
You would steal things.
ran around on the golf course. Okay,
Anyways.
so Bonneville Golf Course up there in Salt Lake. I personally never took anything, but my friends all took a lot of flags in the middle of the night.
Wow.
I will not name them,
I will not name names.
but I was guilty by association because it was fun. It was fun running around down there.
Yeah, that's a good thing. The statute of limitations are over now.
Did you guys ever
What, I
play
didn't
Truth or Dare, or is that only a girl thing too?
Girl thing.
That was something you did with girls.
You do it
Usually
with
so you
girls.
can
That's
get a
right. So
dare.
you can dare them to
I
kiss you,
dare
huh?
you to. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like spin the bottle. Definitely
Annika,
a group game.
never, if you do play Truth or Dare with guys, always take Truth, never take the Dare.
Oh, I
No
always
matter
do.
how ugly it is.
I always do.
You always do. Wait, when are you playing Truth or Dare? Oh no, daddy daughter chat.
You were there.
I was.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
You talking about out of the fire pit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat off in the corner of the yard, trying to listen.
They were bad.
They weren't bad, to their credit. Yet.
She's still young. She's still young
She's
enough.
Still young. All right. So we're talking about slumber party games. These are haunted games,
Sleepover games.
sleepover games,
Scary games.
urban legend games. Now, I do want to put the disclaimer out there that don't do this, guys. Don't do this stuff. Okay.
Even though we're going to tell you exactly how to play these games,
Yeah.
don't do it.
It's not
Kinda-
recommended.
Isn't it kind of
Not
reckless of us
recommended.
to just like, don't do this, but if you do, here's how. It's kind of stupid of us, honestly, but maybe I don't know. But maybe, and then if you're older, then maybe you'll look back at these and go, "Oh yeah, I played that."
Have you
And-
played any of these games? Have any of you guys played any of these games?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
You've never played any of these games before.
Well, Jamie had one that she had talked about we played it all the time. But it's not really a scary game. It was more like your backyard games.
Backyard game. Okay.
And that one, absolutely, we played.
Some of
that,
these I
but-
know my daughter has played.
I've played a few of them, but none of the ones that are really bad. But I have seen other people play them.
Okay.
How do you know if they're really bad? When someone gets possessed?
Well, the ones I've been told
When
not to
someone's
play.
eyeballs get etched out?
Yeah.
So, it's like, how do you know it's bad? When someone dies, oh, that was bad.
Well, I trust my mom's word and your word.
Okay, so some of these, we're just going to run through a lot, and we'll tell you how to play them. So just the disclaimer out there, if you're a teenager,
Or
be
even an
wise.
adult.
Or
Don't.
wise.
Just don't.
be wise.
Yeah.
When you do these things, sometimes you can invite more things in than... And I know it's like urban legend stuff, and you're like, oh, it's not real. Well, it may not be. But the spirit world is very real. It is very much around us, and it is... When you're doing these things, it does put out an invitation that maybe one person doesn't come through, or one magic demon that's supposed to be summoned doesn't come through, but something else might. So, I just want to put that out there. Hopefully that covered it. Disclaimer. Legal. Bing.
And if you get the desire, there are lots of YouTube channels out there with people doing the stupid stuff, so you can just watch them be stupid.
Oh, yeah. We watched one earlier today. Annika and I were watching one, and they asked the spirit to do something, and like the first response, and she's like, "Wah!"
Yep.
Picks up the dog,
We'll get to
runs
that.
out. It was awesome.
That's
it was
great.
actually kind of funny.
All right, Terry, you want to lead us off?
You want me to start off?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to start off with the one that probably everybody has played, or somebody's that played this.
Twister.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Twister.
Yeah. Okay.
Bloody Mary.
So this one is a very common one that most people have heard of. I know it gets done a lot in school bathrooms in elementary schools, right, Annika?
They shall remain nameless.
I know this was very popular in my elementary school in the bathroom. I think that was where I saw like the first people playing it was in the bathroom at my elementary school.
What goes on in these girls' bathrooms? Oh, my goodness.
There's a reason why we never go alone, Josh.
That's so different because in boys' rooms and in the men's rooms, like you don't talk. It's like a social thing. You go in, you don't make eye contact, you just pee and you get out,
And you never cross streams.
and you don't cross streams. It's always awkward to me when other guys now will talk to me. Like I walk in at work and they're like, "Hey, did you get?" It's like, "Oh, hey, you're breaking the rules, man. We don't talk. We don't play games. We just
we don't hold hands.
get in, get your crap out,
So
or you hide in the stall and try not to make a peep or a poop until the next person leaves." So sorry.
okay, so yeah, that's Bloody Mary. Okay, so Bloody Mary. Historians began trying to trace the roots of this story in the 1970s, but the details of the Bloody Mary game tend to vary, but the basic tenets are always the same. Some of the rumors of who Bloody Mary is: Mary Tudor, Mary of England, put many Protestants to death for hearsay, giving her the nickname of Bloody Mary. Elizabeth Bathory, also known as the Queen of Blood, who was supposedly convicted for murdering hundreds of young girls so she could bathe in their blood. And then another one is Mary Worth, a
It's
witch.
good for your skin.
Yeah. Keeps you young, right?
Yeah, it's very rejuvenating.
Isn't that what they do in Hocus Pocus? They still the youth of the children.
They suck it in.
You hear the term
Virgin blood, yeah.
You hear
Yep.
the term bloodbath, and you think it's a horrible thing, a horrible, murder scene. No, it's like a spa day.
So, and then another one, they think it could be Mary Worth, a witch that was executed during the Salem witch trials. So those are some of the Marys that it could be. Who knows which one you'll get when you conjure. I don't know if I want to conjure any of those.
Right?
So, but the story is you go into a room with no windows. So that's why it's typically played in the bathroom, because there's usually no windows in the bathroom. And you go in and you turn the lights off and you spin around while you chant Bloody Mary. Depends on the version of the game. Sometimes you do it 3 times. Sometimes it's 7. Sometimes it's 13. Personally, I'd only want to do it 3. I don't want to spend my time in there. But if you lose count and you only do it 12 and not 13.
Yeah, that's when bad stuff happens. It's like in Harry Potter when you mess a spell, you end up like Neville. Bad stuff happens.
And then after each time you turn around and you look in the mirror with each revolution, and the closer you get to the end, the more menacing the mirror becomes, turning red as Mary gradually appears. I personally have never really played Bloody Mary. I'm not a fan of it. I still get scared.
I attempted to play it once.
What?
How'd that turn out?
I was too chicken crap to do much of anything.
Oh, see, I've been too chicken to even try it. So
Mirrors have always been a source of terrifyingness for me.
For good reason, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the things that as investigators we have discovered. Mirrors, just don't muck with mirrors. Don't write on mirrors. Bad stuff just happens with mirrors.
Yeah. See, and like some versions tell you to light a candle, whether it's 1 candle or 2 candles. Some versions tell you to do it in complete darkness. There's several different ways you can play it, but the end results, I've never really heard of anybody dying from playing Bloody Mary. I've just heard of people being really scared.
But did you die?
There's a story where at the end there was a girl, she tripped upon exiting the bathroom and broke her hip. So there's little stories like that, but that could have just happened regardless of playing the game or not.
Well, you did spin around in circles, so you spin around in circles 13 times and try to walk out of a bathroom.
fall over.
But I mean, and like in the Supernatural TV series, she would come and, your eyes would bleed and she'd take your eyes out and all that kind of stuff. But I've never heard of that actually happening in real life. To me, I mean,
Does
it
she
sounds...
leave a beverage?
Yeah, right?
Well, have you seen that meme though, online, where this woman goes in the bathroom and does the whole Bloody Mary thing, and then when she turns around, opens up her eyes, there's a Bloody Mary drink sitting on the bathroom counter. She's like, "Cool, I'll find it and maybe we can post it."
That's awesome. But I mean, either way, whether you believe anything can happen or not, the fact that you're scrying into a mirror, you're chanting into a mirror, you're opening possibly something that can either come and haunt you now or years later. You never know.
Yeah.
So
I think that was kind of the premise of the Supernatural episode.
Oh, yeah, we
too,
watched
wasn't
that
it?
today, too.
yeah, we
this
watched that
afternoon.
today.
Yep.
Research.
Research.
Well,
Always.
Anytime you get to watch Dean Winchester.
It's all
Right?
about Sam.
Sam.
Oh, my gosh.
She's a Sam
This
girl.
is how I know she's the milkman's kid.
But in the show, Bloody Mary always made you feel guilty for something in your life. Because there was the one girl that died because she hit and killed a...
Well, she'd hit and killed a boy. And there
Killed
was
a
another
boy.
one
Hit
that
and run.
we
The
don't
dad
know why
had-
what the dad had.
the
necessarily
dad
done.
he'd overdosed and hit his wife, killed
that's right.
his wife.
So it's usually retribution for killing somebody else in your.
Yeah, and this Mary was getting retribution for...
So if you've ever killed somebody, don't play this game.
yeah.
And you've kept it a secret. Don't play it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's Bloody Mary.
But I've heard though that as you're spinning and as you're saying it though, you have to get louder and louder.
Yeah. There's so many different versions out there of how to play it that I don't even know if there's a right or a wrong way to play it. Just go in the bathroom, go in the dark, and chant Bloody Mary. See what happens. No, don't do it.
Please don't.
Please don't. Yes.
All right. If you have more questions on Bloody Mary, Google it. It's all over the interwebs.
Everywhere.
Jamie, what do you got?
Well, I have one called The Answer Man. Has anybody heard of this one?
No.
Nobody?
Sounds like Mr. Wizard. Sounds like a homework help. Is it a little paperclip?
Not
on
quite.
Microsoft?
Not quite.
His name is Google.
Oh yeah, Google. Yeah.
Okay, so typically you need a group
Hey,
of 3
Google.
people or more. You start by sitting in a circle. And this is how you can tell this is more of a modern one, is because you sit in a circle and you all pull out your phones. And then you proceed to call the person on your left.
Oh, I have heard this one.
Yeah. So most of you will get a busy signal. But however, there could be one of you who actually gets through to the answer man. So then what you're supposed to do is you can ask him anything you
Wait,
want.
how do you get a busy signal? Like, don't you have voicemail?
Nobody gets busy signals nowadays.
I know.
swear.
Yeah,
So
this is
I-
what the research says. so
I work on the phones all day, and about 1 out of every 100 calls is a busy signal.
So they actually, what they did is they got their rotary phones and they just took them over from their houses.
Now, isn't this the one where they suggest using burner phones and then your actual real phone?
Actually, no. When I was
Really?
doing the research, it didn't say anything. This is really simplistic. I mean, this was all I had was like
Okay.
3/4 of a page.
Well, did it say
Alright.
to do like a *67, so it's like an unknown number?
Wait, what?
*67. It
Wow,
makes it so
I'm
your
learning
phone's
stuff.
on.
I should talk with my kid.
It blocks your caller ID.
That's how you can call boys and not let them know who's calling.
Oh.
Another sleepover game.
It's good for prank calls too.
You sound like you know
Wait,
from experience.
who are you prank calling, girl?
I'm not prank calling anyone. I'll tell you about it later.
Is that like 10, 10, 220?
Okay,
That's the
Jamie.
party line.
So what
Sorry,
happens when
Jamie,
you get
go
the
ahead.
answer man?
So you get a busy signal except for one person.
Most will get a busy signal. However, one could get through to the answer man, and you're able to ask him anything you want, but there's a word of warning that comes with it. He will also have a question for you. And if he doesn't like, he says, he better like your answer or else. And that's all I got on
I'm
this.
just one of your friends' dad.
So you can ask him anything. Okay,
Yes.
now the one version that I heard is after you were done, like you have to break your phone so that he can't call you back. And that's why they were saying to use a burner phone. And because it opens up a doorway, because then if you like don't end the call the proper way, he will keep calling you and keep bugging you.
Harassment.
And so then everybody's supposed to break their phone when they're done so he can't call back the other people.
See, now where was the rest of this when I was looking at this?
This is why you don't play with your new iPhone 12.
Yeah, this is why you don't use like
$1,000
brand new phone.
phone.
You use your burner phone or a rotary phone would be a really good one to use.
It does just go to show you that. So we talked about mirrors can totally be a portal, a gateway to evil. So can cell phones. So stay away from cell phones. Stay away from mirrors. What else?
Computers.
Oh, computers.
Stay away
All
from those.
electronics. Oh, wait a minute.
Especially microphones.
Oh boy.
We're in trouble.
Oh, absolutely.
Now we're all staring at the cat for some reason. It's a demon.
It is a black cat.
It is a black
It
cat.
is a black cat. Okay, Josh.
All right. So I've got one that I've never heard of, and it is a more recent one. It's called the Ghost Paper Challenge. Again, I would never play this game if you paid me to play it. So this has an interesting history. So the first mention they can find of this one is by a YouTuber, so you know it's in the last 10 years. He claims that he heard it from his uncle, who reportedly says it was a big deal when he was a kid. So there's no real history of it. You need at least one player, which, let's face it, most people need, can't
I
play
was
a game by
surprised
yourself.
at how many of these games you played by yourself, but they were considered slumber party games.
Right?
You know, so it's like, all right, kick all the family out. Bye. I'm going to play a game by myself.
Well,
Maybe I'll be dead when you get home.
Jeez.
well, I think that's what makes these games more scary too, right? Because like you're in with your friends, and so then you get this mentality of like, oh, I'm invincible, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you need to go into this dark little closet and then do something while we all sit out here and wait for you.
Right.
So
Which isn't 7 minutes in heaven. Oh, 3
It
minutes
sounds
in
like
heaven.
another game I used to
That
play
game.
called the Poop Challenge, where I go in the bathroom and everybody waits.
So in order to play this game, you need actually a handful of things. You need a piece of paper, something to write with, a candle, something to light the candle, so matches or a lighter, a room with a door.
Don't play with matches, kids.
Yes, please don't play with matches. A room with a door, so make sure that the paper and writing implement can slide under the door when it's completely shut. And then a timekeeping device, because you need to know what time it is. So this actually has 3 phases to the game. So the first phase is called the invitation. So you start just before 3 o'clock in the morning, which is prime time, sleeping time. You turn off all the lights in your house, take your supplies, and go to the chosen room and the door. You close the door. You place a piece of paper in front of the door. Place the candle next to the piece of paper and light it. And then you keep an eye on your device, on your timekeeping device. At 3 a.m. precisely, knock on the door 3 times. And then you repeat the following phrase 3 times. Spirit of the door, I welcome you. Make yourself present and come through.
No.
Right?
Yeah, that's just an open invitation. Come on in.
Let's just summon something here.
All of a sudden, your dad appears at the door. What are you doing in there?
Everybody poops.
This is the spirit of the dad. I'm going to beat your ass if you don't get back to bed. I can see my dad writing a note on the back, writing a message on the note. Better get your butt back in bed.
Right. Oh, okay. So this starts the next phase called the conversation. Using the writing implement, write the first question on the piece of paper, and then when you finish, place the writing tool or writing implement on top of the piece of paper. Slide the piece of paper and the writing implement halfway through the door or underneath the door, and wait. If the paper remains where it is, your summoning has failed. Do not proceed. Extinguish your candle and try again later.
Well, but how long are you supposed,
how
to,
long
wait?
are you supposed to wait?
It doesn't say. It just says wait.
Well, that could be forever.
It could be.
Might as well take a dump while you're there then.
Right?
Because you know you're
Burn
going
up
to the
some
bathroom,
time.
right?
Well,
That's the room.
My question is how do you slide the writing utensil under the door with
Has to have a
it?
gap.
It just sits it's got to have a gap. It's like most doors have
How
like an
big
inch
gap?
gap.
Yeah, but not if there's carpet.
Yeah.
Well, all of our doors, at
Not
least down
everybody's.
here, have like an inch gap.
Sure, but what if you don't pick one of those doors and you
Well,
pick
that's
another
part of-
room?
You
that's
have
the-
to find a room that you can slide it under the
Right.
door.
That's part of the prerequisite.
Okay.
If the paper is pulled through
Okay.
to the other side, your summoning has succeeded and you may proceed.
Tell me you're not going to just open the door and see who it is on the other side, though.
Well, yeah. So there's explicit warnings of never open the door. So you're not supposed to open the door. They don't say what's going to happen to you if you open the door, but you're not supposed to open the door.
Because this is multiple people, right? It's like one person goes in there and everybody else waits outside.
Well, you do it like you all get into a room and then you close the door, so no one should be on the other side of the door.
You should all be in the room.
You
You
should
should
all
all
be
be
in
in
the
the
room.
room.
You should
Oh,
all be
okay.
in the room with
Okay,
you.
so I'm imagining all the guys out there playing Nintendo in the family room. I go in the bathroom with a candle and a piece of paper, and I stick a note under there, and one of those guys is going to go in and go,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Does the note say help send toilet paper?
It says, "Can you smell that?"
Jeez.
Okay. If the paper does not reappear, do not proceed. Apologize aloud, thank the spirit for its time, and extinguish the candle. Do not open the door until daylight.
Until daylight.
Till daylight. And then you can try again
Wait,
later.
so what if it's a room that doesn't have... That's where you need to watch.
Yeah.
Because if you go to some
No
sort of an
windows.
inside room with no windows...
Yeah. It doesn't say it has... Like, the room doesn't have to be completely dark. Like, you can have windows and stuff in your room. It doesn't have to be completely windowless.
Okay.
But it just has to be it's definitely a room or a door that you're not going to be trying to go out. So I would recommend like a closet. If you have like enough gap in your closet.
So if you but you have to wait in there until daylight?
Oh my gosh, the boogeyman's in the
Yeah.
closet. I'm not
Right?
going in there.
Yeah.
Well, you
But
might
then
as
you
well
can
bring
find
a
what it
bucket.
wants.
Yeah, but you might as well bring a bucket in that closet if you got to wait there all night and
Right.
you can't go
Yeah,
out and go to the bathroom.
That's why you have
That's why you choose the bathroom, because you have a water source
That's right.
Yep.
And a toilet.
and a toilet.
Get some snacks, stuff them in the drawer.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If the paper slides back through to the door to you, examine the paper, read your response. And it says, if the response tells you to go away, ask you to leave the spirit alone, or is hostile in any way, do not proceed.
It's like, I can't go away. I'm stuck in here till daylight.
Right?
These are fun.
Yeah. And so then if it is a decent question or response, then you can write another question on the piece of paper and slide it back under. You can repeat this cycle 3 times. It says, do not go beyond 3. You only get 3 shots, or three questions total.
So choose your questions wisely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, you thank the spirits for its time and extinguish the candle. You have to keep the door shut and don't open the door till sunrise.
So a decent response. What would a decent response be?
Well, I guess it would depend on your question. Like,
But how do you know if it's a decent response?
well, I mean, think about it. Like, if you ask your question like, "What is your name?" and you get Adam.
Yeah, well, they could be lying.
Well, sure, but at least that's a normal
It's an
response.
intelligent response.
Yeah. Other than Get the heck out of my
7.
house.
What's your name?
11.
Dash.
Question mark.
What, your name's Dash?
Well, could be. He's an incredible.
Yeah, but you would hope they would actually write out the words Dash.
So-
What if it's an old spirit and they're illiterate?
Well, I don't think they'd be
Most
playing the
old
game
spirits-
with you.
What
They're
would?
sitting over there like, I'd love to answer back, but
I don't know what's going on.
But
can you
what?
sign your name? X. That's all I know.
What would happen if they ran out of paper?
Well, you only get one sheet of paper and
what's
you write
your
3
favorite?
questions
So you
on
just
it.
write it on the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So write small.
Write small.
Write small.
And hope they write small back. More than one person can play, but you're still limited to 3 questions. And then there's a good warning of saying be polite when asking your questions.
You know, we'd
So-
always say that anyway, just when you're investigating and talking to ghosts in general.
Yep.
Yeah, be polite.
Be respectful.
Yeah. Exactly. And there's express warnings to do not open the door at any time until the ritual has concluded and daylight has arrived.
That's
So-
several hours, kids. If you're starting at 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
hope you play in the summertime. Yeah, well.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
even
plan-
now, I mean,
plan
so, I
for
guess it's
sunrise
summertime.
comes up around 5:30 right now.
Yeah,
6.
so it's only a couple hours. That's not too bad.
Oh my gosh, that's nothing, you guys.
Take some water bottles.
Yep, a bucket in case you got to go number 2.
Take some bags of chewy red vines like these things.
Take some toilet paper or use the sheet of paper you're writing on if
Or just a
push
sheet.
comes to shove. Aw.
Soap.
I'd rather use the paper.
Take
You
a
can just throw it
pillow.
away.
Sleep in the tub.
All right.
I do have to put a disclaimer on this one. This one's going to have some language, but I'm gonna any likenesses or similarities to any famous individuals is completely coincidental and not, I don't know, whatever the legal stuff is.
The faces
All right.
and names have been changed for their protection.
Yes. So, but you'll know who I'm trying to sound like, because this is what I hear when I read this. So this is called the closet game, and it's like, you've already said you go in the closet, right? So this one for this game, all you need is a closet, a match, and something to light the match. Which sounds like a
Wait.
pirate, sounds like a burnt down house, honestly.
It sounds like Blue Darts.
Yes. Well, and make sure when you do this, please make sure that there are no clothes. Don't go sit underneath all of your dad's suits.
Wait. When you do this,
Well, they're never gonna do. They're gonna do it anyway. I know they are. So, but I would recommend don't do it in a closet that has clothes in it, or something.
Or paint cans.
Don't be lighting stuff in the closets.
Don't do it in the garage closet.
Then you're gonna end up like a charred mess, and I've seen that. It's not pretty. So basically, you step in your closet with an unlit match, and you say the words, "Show me the light," or "Leave me in darkness." And you should hear a demon whisper back to you, probably something along the lines of, "Surprise, motherfucker!" I'm reading this. So I'm hearing Samuel L. Jackson in my head. "Surprise, motherfucker!" So that's what the demon's supposed to say to you. Now, when you hear the whisper, okay, so surprise, motherfucker. Okay. When you hear the whisper, you must immediately light your match and step out of your closet. If you lit the match in time and didn't get pulled into hell by the closet demon, then congratulations, you played and you won the game. Okay.
Closet
Yep,
demon?
That's it. That's it.
It's right there in the notes.
and-
That's all
and-
there.
And by the way, never open up your closet in the dark again, or you risk meeting the demon that you invited into your closet. So now you've summoned it, and now it stays in your closet.
So there are monsters in people's closets.
It's the demon of Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. That's right. Then like 2 weeks later, you open your closet in the dark, and he's like, "Surprise, motherfucker," and then he pulls you into hell. You think this is funny? This
gosh.
is serious stuff. So on second thought,
You're
you
gonna
might as well
bleep
just
that out, right, Josh?
You might as well just board the closet shut and not enter unless you want to,
Right.
or risk leaving the door cracked open for a demon to come out and stare at you while you sleep. I mean, yeah, that's the closet game. That's it.
I thought there'd be more to it, but hey.
Hey, summoning a
good.
demon doesn't have to be complex, honestly.
That's an awful game.
Right?
Gosh.
So someone's
I
gonna
didn't
go
say all
try
these
it.
games were good.
Could you imagine? I mean, I could imagine if someone goes in the closet and like during a sleepover event, someone would go into the closet, I would just wait, and then as soon as you hear them say something, I'd just bang on the door.
Right? Totally.
You would be, or you be the one outside the closet door whispering to him to the closet.
Just make sure.
Right?
Just make sure it's at their house because they're going to be peeing on their floor.
And Mike just gave us the explicit.
Yes, this
Oh,
is the
that would
explicit rating.
Definitely for this one.
Just one more time. Surprise.
Okay, so the next game is another really common one. This is one that I actually have tried playing. When I played it, it did not work. But I do remember sitting in the room and seeing other girls play this game and it worked. So we'll get to a couple theories on how this game actually works. But this is light as a feather, stiff as a board. Have you ever played this one, Jamie?
I have.
I've seen it played.
Did it work for you?
No, did
No.
not.
I've seen it played.
Yeah, but did it work for the people that you were watching?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, supposedly this works. I've never seen this, and I'm fascinated.
Yeah. Annika, have you ever heard of
totally
this game
playing
before?
this.
I have heard of it. I've never heard of anyone trying to play it or ever seen anyone playing it, but
It's
I have heard of it.
witchcraft. It's
A
witchcraft.
lot of people know this one because it's in the movie
The Craft.
The Craft. They play it in The
it's
Craft.
witchcraft.
I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Craft.
I have not.
Okay.
I've seen it.
So they do play it in that movie. That's what kind of popularized it, was from them playing it. So basically what you do is you need at least 4 to 5 people to play. And you have one girl that lays down flat on her back on the floor and then puts her arms cross on her chest like she's dead, like in a coffin.
Please put a pillow under their head.
And then you have the other girls, you have one at the feet, one at the head, and 2 at the sides if you have enough players. Otherwise, you at least have 2 girls on each side of her. And you each stick 2 fingers, usually your pointer finger and your index finger, underneath the girl. So that's it. Each girl that's sitting around the girl on the floor, put 2 fingers underneath her. And you try to lift her up with just the 2 fingers. Okay. And then after, obviously, it's not going to work. But then you dim the lights. Candles are a nice touch if you have candles, or flashlights. And then you have the person who's at the head kind of be the leader. And
This doesn't have to be in the middle of a pentagram, right? It's
No.
just any spot on the floor.
anywhere on the floor.
And
But-
that doesn't have to be a
but-
female, does it?
In a
No,
pentagram
it can
with
be
some
anybody. It doesn't
candles.
have to be a female. Doesn't
Oh yeah, pentagram with candles is bonus, extra credit.
It helps if you're actually kneeling. You don't want to sit crisscross applesauce doing this. You want to kneel, because as you lift the person up, you want to be able to stand while the body is moved up. Oh, I thought you had a question. Sorry.
No,
No, she just got totally freaked out. Stand.
that's high.
Okay, so
Right.
then you have the group leader, and this person will tell the story of how the individual in the center is about to allow a spirit of a dead person enter their body, effectively becoming corpse-like. The narrator should instruct the body in the center to slowly become stiff like a corpse, and because their body and spirit are now open to the supernatural influences, an outside spirit will enter and allow the body to become light. So that's why you get light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Let's invite them to be possessed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then the narrator will then chant light as a feather, stiff as a board. And as the narrator chants it, the other people playing the game will start chanting it with it. So you'll eventually get all 4 of these girls or whoever's playing the game chanting light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a
Except
board.
for the person laying down.
Yeah, the person laying
You just
down
be quiet.
doesn't say anything. And then as you're chanting, and as the body becomes possessed by the body gets lighter, and you can move the body up just with 2 fingers. Each person, just 2 fingers, lift the body up. And you keep chanting, light as a feather, stiff as a board, because if you stop, the spirit will leave the body, the natural weight of the body will return, and it will fall to the floor.
Hence the pillow. No concussions here.
Better yet, a mattress.
Air mattress.
So, and you should be able to lift the body all the way up with just the 2 fingers, stand up, and you can actually lift your arms all the way up above your head, apparently they say. I never saw anybody go up that high. My friends that were playing when I saw it, the girl that was in the middle was actually a very tiny, petite little thing. Obviously, the smaller the person in the middle, the easier it's going to be, whether they're possessed by a spirit or not. And they only got her maybe a foot or two off the ground. So I don't know if she was really possessed or not. I think it was just more that she was tiny. So then you just keep chatting it until you get the body all the way up, and then bring the body all the way back down, and then the game is over. That's all it is. So I think it sounds freaky to sit there and chant like that. But now, some of the reasons why they think that it actually works is like the first time you try to lift the body, obviously the girl's not focused on the ground. Everybody's giggling, laughing. It's a slumber party.
They're all amped up on Diet Coke and pizza.
Who drinks Diet Coke at that age, though? When you're young, you're drinking
Whatever
Jolt
mom
Cola,
has.
right?
It's Red
They
Bulls.
don't have Jolt anymore.
It's Red Bulls.
These days it's all coffee.
So, but then once they actually focus and the girl in the center actually becomes really stiff. I mean, you think of like a mattress, right? When you try to lift a mattress and it's all floppy and you can't, But if you try to lift a box spring is a lot easier because it's stiff and hard. So when the person in the middle is actually focused on trying to keep their body stiff and rigid, it'd be a lot easier to lift that versus being all floppy. Yeah, I mean, just like the whole mind over matter, like you really, really want this to work. And so you're just so focused on what you're trying to do. You're just like, you really want it to work.
I still don't understand the science.
I don't understand it either. Or the bottom line, Satan did it.
That's probably it, because
Satan's fault. Burn them, they're witches.
gravity still is
Yeah.
gravity.
So, it's witchcraft, maybe the devil, I don't know. But maybe your friend is really possessed and the spirit of a
Yeah. Good
dead
job.
person was,
Good job. Just
hell, Satan.
You just got your friend possessed. And then
So Ramirez played this game with his victims.
So,
Okay.
but apparently this game goes all the way back to the 17th century in England and was first seen during the plague outbreak. There were thoughts that being levitated will help keep the disease away.
definitely keeps the ants away from you.
So,
And the rat. Well, it keeps the rats away from you.
Now rats could jump.
this is probably like the only one out of all these that I actually think could actually work, but I don't think it's because of supernatural. I just think it's just more focus. And the more people you have around that body with two fingers underneath it, lifting it up, that's less. It's equal distribution on people's fingers trying
I
to lift it
would
up.
recommend picking your lightest friend.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
That's why I said when it did work with the one, this girl was tiny that they were lifting up.
Was it bad that we did it at youth group?
Did it work?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but there were 8 people around one person.
See, you had 8 instead of 4.
Yeah. So,
Wait, youth group, isn't that a church thing? And you summoned a demon
well, they didn't do that part.
to possess them?
Wait, was it in a church?
No, yeah.
Then it probably wasn't a demon.
See, and I think because you had 8 people around it, the body, that's why it worked.
Yeah, and it was a smaller gal. So,
I'm really intrigued on this, honestly.
You want to try it?
Not right now. Let's finish the show first, but maybe.
See, now, if we had Mike be the center person and all of us around and it worked,
You'd all
then
bust,
we know.
then we
you would all
know.
bust hernias trying to get
Then we know that Mike got possessed by a demon, and we were able to lift him up.
I'm so fat, they're like the firemen, they come running into a burning building, they're just going to leave me there. There's like no way they're throwing me up over their shoulders. For some fireman thing.
He's good.
Like, he's dead already, I'm sorry.
Wait, no.
Wait,
well,
I'm not dead yet.
yeah,
Oh,
but
you
there
will be in a
was-
moment.
it could be like I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
I was going to say
They
that.
got him out.
They got him out. They stood there. He's like, look, Mom, I'm walking.
I'm just saying. I would like to see it work because I am a skeptic on this.
That's a fair. I mean, I think it's a fair assessment for that one.
100%.
I can't understand the science.
I
Bet.
think if
Overcoming
you
gravity.
I think if you were to play the game without the incantation start of it, I think it's a very benign game.
Well,
I agree.
I mean, it does make sense. Like, so if you've ever been a parent and you pick up a kid that is willing to be picked up, they're not so bad.
Oh, my gosh.
But when you have a limp noodle
When
kid,
you get that limp
they
kid,
weigh 1,000 pounds.
100%. You go to grab them the minute they know they're in trouble, and you're going to pick them up, and they go limp. Don't go limp. Don't go limp.
Don't go boneless on me, Sean. Don't go boneless.
I see the concept,
That's what she said.
but I can't see the fruition. And you were giving me crap about
Taking
talking
such a
about
wrong turn.
Sorry, I had to.
You were giving me crap, and now you're the one.
My daughter's not blushing at all.
Well, Jamie, maybe you can
No,
right the ship.
Okay. So this one, I had never heard of this one. Sinking into the carpet.
I have.
I do that all the time.
I
Every
just do
time
that
I lay
by
on the
walking
ground,
on
it's-
it.
Is it like in
right.
the scene in Money Pit when he's on the rug and
He sinks down through the floor.
Sorry.
That's a great movie with Tom Hanks.
It's a movie that probably a lot of people have never seen.
Shelley
Long.
Long. Yeah.
Yep.
This is one I've actually done.
You've done this one, really?
Yeah.
Like
See,
an
now,
actual
I've never
game
heard
or
of
just
it.
like laying on the carpet.
No,
and
as a
just-
game, I've done this one.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, how do you play this game?
Okay, so in this game, basically, you just need two people. One person will lie face down on the carpet. The other person stands in the front of them, and you hold their upper body like up off the ground about a foot or two.
Wait, face down in the carpet?
Yeah, they're face down the carpet, but you hold the upper half of their body kind of up.
Oh, so they're not like face
No,
in the...
no, but their face is going to be
It's like- this is
staring
called
at the carpet,
Suffocation.
right?
So it's almost like their back is arched.
Yes.
Because you're holding their hands up.
Yep.
Okay.
So you do this for about 60 seconds or so, while the person on the ground is focused intently on the carpet itself. After the 60 seconds, the person standing will slowly start to lower the person back onto the carpet, and the person should feel like they're sinking into the carpet and on into the underworld. And that's all I got.
Oh, see, it was totally benign until you said the underworld.
Yeah. You're supposed to
gonna
feel like
say,
you're
where's the
sinking
ghost here?
through into the underworld.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened, Josh, when you played it?
No, it feels exactly like that. So essentially what you're doing is you're actually tricking your brain
Yep.
Yeah.
and into that feeling, and so it's really just I won't say mind over matter, but it's really just an optical illusion.
It's a brain. It's like when have you stood in like a door jam and pushed your arms up against the door jam
Yes.
as hard as you possibly can
Yep.
for like 10 seconds, and then you walk out and your arms like slowly just move up on
Right.
their
Yeah.
own.
Yep.
It's kind of something like that. It's
Science.
Yes. But it is a trippy feeling though, because
I bet.
it feels like you're going further down than you should be. You're like,
Did you feel anything scary or demonic or
no,
frightening?
Just funky
did you
feeling?
feel the underworld?
no. I just felt like it was a funky feeling.
Like you're sinking through the carpet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a trippy feeling.
Awesome.
Could have been the weed.
I'm sure it doesn't last for very long.
Wait, what?
Wait.
Could have
what?
been the weed.
Wait, rewind that. What'd you say?
No, there was no weed involved. I was too young at the time. Actually, I played with my sister. She was the one that did it. So,
Would you do it again?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's not that game is not a terrifying game. Like,
There's no
I
summoning.
don't
There's
think
no
you're-
chanting.
yeah.
There's no. It's just.
So pause the podcast, go get your friend, do this now, and then you go, wow, that's so cool.
Right?
And then come back. Ready? Go. All right, welcome back. How was it? Was it crazy? I imagine it would work like on a hardwood floor too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's going
Doesn't
to work on
matter
anything.
It's
What
gonna
did
work
it
on
kinda grab?
anything.
But the
Yeah.
carpet's going to be
Grass.
much softer.
Way softer.
Yeah.
You drop
Then-
those hands too fast. You go, bam.
Get a bloody nose.
How'd you
Well-
break your nose?
Funny story.
Playing the carpet
Trying to
game.
play this carpet game.
All right.
All right, so we go from lighthearted to another fun and dark one.
Darkness.
So the one previously that I talked about, that game is kind of based on this one, and this one's called the Midnight Game. It's believed to be an old pagan ritual used as punishment for those who dared to disobey the gods. So, again, you need at least one player. Can be played with multiple people. The requirements are: you need a candle, you need a lighter or a book of matches. I would recommend a lighter for this one. A piece of paper, a writing implement, a sterilized pin, a wooden door closed, and salt. So you begin prior to midnight, so you don't got to stay up real late, at least to start the game anyway.
Because you start it right at the stroke of midnight.
Right.
But what clock do you look at?
Um,
Because what if you're like going off like your microwave, but then like Your phone is already 12:01.
I would probably go off your phone.
Sorry.
This game was made for pagans when there were no doors, because they talk about the clock striking 12, which, let's face it, no one's clock strikes 12 unless you got a cuckoo clock now. So you write your full name on the paper, first, middle, and last name, and then you prick your finger with the pin and squeeze a drop of blood onto the paper and let it soak in.
Bloodletting.
Okay, now this gets really dark here.
Oh, this is super dark.
This one gets scary. I would never do this. I would never play this game.
Oh, never. So then you turn off every light in your house. You place the paper with your name and the blood on it in front of the closed door. You then light the candle and place it on top of the paper. You knock on the door 22 times. It's a strange number. With the final...
Yeah, why 22?
I have no idea.
You would think it'd be more like 13
because
or
if you went all the way to 25, your arm would get tired.
6 or...
3 or something, right?
Yeah.
With the final knock must occur precisely when the clock chimes 12 a.m. Then
So you should count like seconds then. 1, 2.
Yeah.
You gotta count. You can't be like 1, 2, 3. You gotta do like
Yeah,
one
you can't be like-
Mississippi. 1, 2.
Like,
Do you count Mississippi?
watch
Mississippi.
No.
It would probably
Mississippi.
it would probably help to have like a clock
Hippopotamus,
with second
one
hands.
hippopotamus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Annika's not catching
1,000.
the reference that I'm trying to imply.
No, I'm not.
It's from Friends when he goes to the tanning salon.
Oh yeah.
And he's supposed to count to 3, then turn. And he goes 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
sprays
and then
him.
it sprays him. He's like, I was counting Mississippi. But yeah, no, you got to do the slower, like 1 hippopotamus or
Banana.
1
or whatever.
1,000, 2 1,000.
Yep.
Banana.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did that.
Never heard that.
1 banana, 2 banana.
Yep.
Banana split.
So then you open the door, blow out the candle, and close the door, and then immediately relight your candle. Now the awful part. That wasn't bad enough.
Yeah, you're already bloodletting. It's not bad.
Right? So then you have to keep your candle in your hand and keep your salt on you and I think I recommend lighter or matches. And then you have to begin moving around your house.
Do not stop.
Yeah, exactly. Do not stop. Should the candle go out, you must relight the candle within the next 10 seconds. If you are successful, continue moving around. And you don't stop moving until 3:33 a.m.
So you pray that lighter works every time and is never out of fluid.
Right?
So what happens if you are unsuccessful in lighting it?
If you're unsuccessful, you must immediately draw a circle on the floor in salt and then sit inside the circle until 3:33 a.m.
Yeah, 3:33.
3:33,
3:33.
which is half a 666. Mm-hmm. The game ends at 3:33, and it's safe to stop moving or step outside your circle. And then you may turn the lights on, and the game is over.
What's the purpose?
That's the part
What's
There
the
is
purpose to
none.
any of these?
There is none. There's no purpose to most of these games, and
Yeah.
there's
Scared.
like
To be scared.
just to scare yourself is honestly what you're doing,
right.
or
And-
you're opening up
and people,
and inviting something into your house to make your life even more hellish
well,
in months or
nobody-
years to come.
Nobody ever thinks about the consequences, but
Right.
people love to be scared. That's why haunted houses are a major
Scary
Yeah.
movies.
thing. It's a scientific thing. In fact, on another podcast I used to be on, we talked about that, the science of fear, and how it drives people. And
It's
Oh,
not.
that's
It's
why-
not quite like an adrenaline rush, but there is that little, that rush
why
of.
people like horror movies.
But this is a game
Why
of
people go ghost hunting.
this is a game of commitment, though. This is
Oh,
a
yeah.
3-hour
Oh, yeah.
and 33-minute game.
And you're constantly moving,
And
Yeah.
that's what makes it
praying
kinda
your candle
scary.
doesn't go out.
Yep.
But there's no. I mean, it's like, what's the point? What's the purpose of this
Right.
other than just? And you had to be. Could you do it alone, or did you do it with a group of people?
You can do it alone, or you can do it with a group of people.
Okay.
But if you play with a group of people, you all have to have your own candles, and you all have to keep moving.
Yeah. See,
So
that's too much.
right. So the part of it is you're actually inviting the entity known as the Midnight Man into your house. And then the goal is to avoid the Midnight Man for the entire night, or for the 3 hours and 33 minutes.
Okay.
That's why you keep moving, because it's difficult for him to catch you if you're constantly moving.
Right.
As in, he couldn't just wait for you to walk in front of him again.
Then he's going to jump out in front of you and go, surprise!
Right?
So take your dump before you start.
Exactly.
Smart.
Smart girl.
If he catches you, it says that he can cause hallucinations of your worst fear until the end of the game. Or he can start removing your organs one by one.
Ah.
So one is worse, one is bad, and one is just
You wake up
awful.
in the tub and your kidney's gone.
Right. All your organs are gone.
Then you don't wake up.
Right? And then how you know that he's close to you is when there's a sudden drop of temperature. You hear a soft whisper,
Sounds like a ghost hunting.
right?
Yeah.
I was waiting for Mike to go, surprise.
No, I was looking. I'm reading my notes along as well.
You see a shadow figure, or your candle goes out, and then there's no way to stop this game. So like in other games, you can stop and like, hey, we're done. No, once you start the game, you're stuck until 3:33 a.m. So make this the last game you play of the night.
So on my notes for that, it does say if your candle does go out, you have 10 seconds to relight it.
Yep.
And then surround yourself in a circle with salt, in which you have to stay until 3:33.
Yeah.
So then you can stop moving.
You can stop moving, but you can't fall asleep.
You can't fall asleep and you can't let
I
that
was gonna
candle
say,
burn out. You
that's
got to
when
keep
go
it lit.
Put your salt circle around the toilet.
And then just sit on the
So
toilet.
but don't fall asleep.
Boy, your legs are
I think your legs are
going
going to go to sleep before you go to sleep.
Yeah.
You're going to fall out of
Yeah,
the...
you can shift
So,
back and
so
forth.
then what's going to happen is they're going to find you,
You just use your squatty
face
potty.
down in front of the toilet with your pants around your ankles and your organs gone.
Elvis story. Right?
Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, his organs were still dead. But.
Is there anything in the rules that say that you can't get like one of those birthday candles that when you blow it out, it automatically relights? Or can you use one of those?
It
That's
didn't
smart.
say, you
What
didn't
about,
say
like-
you couldn't, but
The
remember,
problem with those is those are so short. Is that going to burn for 3 hours?
your candle has to burn for 3 hours and 33 minutes.
Hello, cat.
Hey, stop it.
are you doing?
He's scratching.
Attacking.
He's scratching the back of the
She's clawing the chair.
or she. Sorry.
That sounded like Velcro.
Yeah, it was.
That's cat claws. So yeah, maybe what you do is you get your big, nice, lazy boy recliner, and you just do circles around that. You're still moving. It's like playing musical chairs, and then when your candle does go out,
Especially if this is a lazy boy that has the cooler in the armrest. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
have your drinks
Right?
in there.
it doesn't say you can't have a remote.
Yeah, see, I think
Just
this,
keep your candle lit,
I
and then
think
the
this
candle goes
game-
out, and then you're like, all right, I'll just sit here in my chair,
I just don't
watch
like
some Netflix on my phone.
the part that I don't get is that like, hey, this was started as a way for pagans to like basically punish someone for disobeying the gods. Like, but you have to like willingly play the game. Like, you couldn't force somebody to play, could you?
I don't know. Because they think this is like a penalty.
you
Like,
duct tape a candle in one hand, and you duct tape a lighter in your hand.
Well, it'd be like a kitchen match, right? Like, you'd have to have like, because you're talking like, I imagine people playing this like back in like 1710, 1720.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, just a regular match.
Yeah, so you have to have a whole big pack
Yeah,
of matches.
no.
What if you run out?
No, you just give them one match.
Oh, and no salt.
You start them with the candle lit. You give them one match. You got one shot.
See, but then you have to have enough salt, right? Like, most people don't have enough salt. They're not the Winchesters where they have like a big like gallon of
oh
salt.
my gosh.
Hey, I've got a lot of
We've
salt
got a
in my
lot
bag.
of salt at our house. Mostly,
in my house cleansing kit, I got a lot of salt.
we do have a lot of salt, but we also have a lot of salt for our bug assault gun.
Yep.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have
That
we have
spirit.
Which I totally want to take on a ghost hunt sometime, or a house cleaning, whatever. Yeah, blast them.
Oh
with
my
the
gosh,
salt.
could you imagine if the Winchesters had that kind of a gun? That they would have to pack their shotguns with salt. They
Yeah,
could
they-
just
it's
use
like
the
the
bug
same
assault
thing.
gun.
Oh, that's true.
It's not quite as bad, eh?
Yeah,
No,
I know.
definitely
no,
not
it's
as
not.
cool.
Plastic. It's like having a squirt gun. All right, have you got any more on the midnight game?
That is the midnight game.
All right. Next one I've got is actually. Do you want to talk about it, Annika?
Which one is it?
It's one named after a gentleman named Charles.
Oh.
This was the one that
Charles in charge.
it was this game that kind of gave you the idea to bring up this topic.
Yeah. So, it's a game called Charlie Charlie, and I've actually seen this game played. I've never played it, but I have seen people play it. And basically, It requires 2 pencils, and you place them one on top of the other, so they're balanced and create kind of like an X. And then the spirit, you ask, Charlie, Charlie, are you there? And
You need to put this on a piece of paper,
Yes.
and then you write on. So you have like 4 quadrants, you know.
Like
on-
4 squares.
Yeah, because of the pencils create those, and you have yes and yes in opposite corners, and then no and no in the other corners. So sorry. Continue.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And then you're supposed to ask Charlie, Charlie, are you there? And if it goes to yes, it's there. If it goes to no, then I mean it's there, but it doesn't want you to know, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't move. Sorry.
Then you're done. You don't
Charlie's
play.
at somebody else's house.
Charlie's
Yeah.
not there. But if it says yes, then what?
I think you keep asking questions.
Yeah, so if you get a yes, so you know Charlie's there, you can ask Charlie yes or no questions.
Yeah.
So,
But I did see the game that I watched played. It worked for Charlie, Charlie, are you there? But I did see someone look suspicious about it. Like they moved their hand, and I think it created a wave of air. I'm not sure though. I don't know.
Okay, now I do want to point out that there are several versions of this game on Google Play. So earlier today, I did download a version.
he
on Google
downloaded
Play,
a version of Charlie Charlie on his phone.
I did play it, and it was really hokey and stupid.
It was that YouTube video that he watched.
Yep.
Where the girl, okay, so they downloaded the app. They asked Charlie, Charlie, are you there? The app said yes, and the lady freaked out.
She was running down the hall, picks up her dog, runs down the hall,
Runs out the house
down by the front door.
just because it said yes on this
Like,
app.
well, you asked him.
If you
So
don't
the
want
funny thing about
answer,
this
don't
game
ask
is
the
it was
question.
highly popularized. What's the word? Popularized back in like 2015. It was all over Twitter, social media.
It's very
It was
recent.
talked about on the news. It exploded. Even though it was been played before that though.
What popularized it? The like 2015. But like
Was
what
TikTok
happened?
around then, or
No.
Vines?
It was musically.
It says here there was a hashtag Charlie Charlie challenge, and on April 29th of 2015, an alarmist tabloid television newscast about the game being played in Dominican Republic was uploaded to YouTube. And the unintentional humor in the report led the game trending on Twitter. So, but it
Making fun of
actually,
it just like we are.
yeah, so it's just social media.
Now
I mean,
it's going to resurge because
just like
all
all
of our
the-
listeners are going to play.
like all the
Yep.
TikTok, you know, it takes one song on TikTok and then now it's all of a sudden like the most popular song ever, even though the
Okay.
song is from the 70s. I mean,
well, yeah.
so, I mean, but the game is actually being played for a long time before that in Spain, but it was a different name, but I can't say that.
Juego de la Lipiciera. I totally butchered it, but Juego.
It's basically a glorified Magic 8-Ball game, honestly.
Yeah.
Juego de la Pizarra.
Okay.
Lapis means writing or hand.
This is probably one of the newest games out there that I...
Yeah. This one's fairly recent.
Isn't Juego
Yeah.
juice? Is the juice of the hand? The juice of writing? I don't know. No.
I can ask my coworker.
No hablo. I don't even speak English. That's what 3 years of Spanish in public education gets you, kids. Okay, Terry, what
So
do you
yeah,
got?
that's Charlie Charlie.
Okay.
It stands for pen game.
The pen game.
It just says pen game. Look,
All right. Well, I'll trust you.
Google Translate.
It sounded better when it was juice of the hand.
Right.
Oh wait, a hand is manos. Lapis is paper. So it's paper juice.
Yeah.
I don't
You. I juice my paper.
All right.
So this game is called the Dark Reflection Game, and I would never play this game, even though it's supposed to bring you good luck. For this game, you play it by yourself. Obviously, you could play it with a group of people, but it's more of a one-person game. So if you're playing it with other people, they'll just be watching you, or you want to make sure that you have enough on hand that everybody can play it. But what you need is a mirror, preferably like a handheld mirror, and something that creates a flame, whether it's a cigarette lighter, a match. Just, anyways. And so what you do is, it doesn't say whether you need to do this in the dark or the light, but what you do is you hand the...
You always got to do it in the dark. Come on.
Oh, yeah, obviously. You look in the mirror and you try to focus all of your negative thoughts, and you hold... Well, you're looking... How do you do this? Okay, anyways. So you're scrying, obviously, which we don't like scrying. And you're staring straight into the mirror. And while you're focusing, trying to all of your negative thoughts, you hold the burning flame to the mirror until a black smudge appears on the mirror. After that, smash the mirror. So you got to be okay breaking the mirror. That's why you want to use like a small
Don't
handheld
use
one.
Mom's good mirror.
Use the one from Dollar Tree.
Yep.
Just don't do this. Because smashing mirror brings you 7 years bad luck.
Well, even worse than that. Focusing all your negative energy into a mirror is what opens up a portal.
Mm-hmm.
Teenage girls do it a lot. Not to generalize teenage girls, but you look in the mirror, people do it, and they're like, I look fat. I'm ugly. Nobody likes me. And it totally opens portals.
Yeah.
So
then you smash the mirror, and it is believed that throughout the night, many things will happen that could possibly even take your life. So you go to sleep, and you're hearing bumps in the night, hearing noises. Don't get out of bed. Don't go and investigate it. Just stay. And then if you survive the night, you'll be blessed with good luck.
So
is it worth the chance of losing your life for good luck?
No.
no.
it sounds like a game they would play on the movie Final Destination.
Right?
Yeah.
Or Faces of Death.
Because then they're going to okay, I broke the mirror, and it doesn't say anything about cleaning up the mirror. So now you're going to step on the broken glass, and you're going to bleed out. I mean, you're playing with fire. I mean, it's a recipe for disaster anyway.
Well, what I'm understanding is you're trying to focus all your negative energy into this mirror. And you're trying to hold a lighter, and then you have to break it.
Smashed against the wall.
Well, when you get the, I don't know, when you get the glass hot enough anyway, it might potentially crack anyway.
It might.
Might do.
Just so you get a black smudge.
Yeah, I think you get a smudge before it gets that hot. Mm-hmm. But it would be hard to break a hand.
But how long do you have to hold the lighter there to get the black smudge? I've never done it before, and I
tried. I can't imagine it'd be too long.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it depends on how hot your flame is, right? If you get like a
true,
like a Zippo or something, it probably quickly.
Well, and it's also where you hold it on the flame too, because the black smudge is going to come at the top of that orange flame versus down in where the blue, where the gas is. So
yeah, and a match maybe a match does it better.
The match might burn out before the black smudge.
Then what? It doesn't tell you what to do if the smudge never appears.
It doesn't.
Start over.
Oh crap!
So yeah, that's that one.
All right, Jamie, you got another one?
Yeah, this one's another
Is this
simple
the one that I played?
Sandman?
No.
No.
Mr. Sandman.
So yeah, this one is just it's very simple. No bloodletting. No, Okay.
That's no fun,
Sorry to disappoint. Got really simplistic
You
ones
can always
here.
level it up.
right?
Add a couple twists.
Right? Okay, so in this game, one person will lie on the floor while another tells them to listen to the legend of the Sandman. The person who is telling the story can then make it as elaborate or as simple as they wish. But whenever they mention a body part during their story, they must run their finger over the point of focus. So let's stick to arms and legs and feet and hands. Let's not go in the no-no square.
I was going to say. This sounds like
This is my no-no square.
So
Do not touch me there.
Touch where they say you're supposed to touch the body part they say?
No, they touch the body part that they
the
say.
person telling the story will touch the body part
Of
in
the
their
person
story
they're
of the Sandman.
Oh, this is totally some teenage guy totally putting the moves on.
Do not
Okay.
play this game, Annika, ever.
I'm not planning on playing any of these games.
Yes. So they run a finger over the point of focus and tell the person lying down to imagine they are being filled with sand. That part that they're touching is being filled with sand. Oh, this is bad.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so then eventually when the story's over
It's a sand trap.
and the and the person that's lying on the floor gets up, it is said that they feel weighed down and heavy as if the Sandman had filled their body with sand.
So that sounds like it's another mind game.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
So it's like when I was younger in school, what we would do is we'd like take each other's arms at lunch, be like, close your eyes, and then they'd like do this, like in front of the
What are they
line.
doing? That's
Running-
really good
yeah.
podcasting.
Yeah, I'm
I could
sorry,
do
I'm
this.
sorry.
See this? Now imagine what I'm doing.
Put that away, Josh.
There's children present.
Anyway, they take their fingernail and run it down your forearm, and then they act like they're splitting open the skin. Then they say that they're like putting rocks, sand, and boulders in, and then they like close the skin and then go in reverse with a line up.
And zip it back up.
Zip back up, and then your arm is supposed to feel heavy.
I remember
like
you playing this
interesting.
when you were little.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember doing things like this where you put like your fingernails on somebody's knee and you slowly spread it apart like it's supposed to be like an egg
Where
cracking.
the crack goes to the egg.
Yeah.
Peel the yolk run down. Stab goes
You know,
to the
so
knife,
it's
flip
one
it
of
in.
those. It's another one of those mind games where you're playing tricks with your mind.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
Little
could see how this one would
little
work, just
peeps.
like the other carpet one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
100%.
And it's another benign game, right?
Oh, 100% benign, but I don't. Yeah.
I mean, as
Well,
long as
the-
you're not touching the no square.
Well, just don't make that part of your Legend of the Sandman
It'll-
story.
Yeah.
Then it feels like your
That's
boobs
the-
droop, right?
That's the R-rated version,
Yeah.
the adult Sandman game.
Right.
All right, Josh.
So this game is a lot like Charlie Charlie. Actually, it's called Sarah Sarita. It's actually more of a Spanish game than it is a U.S. game, but it takes 2 players, and you need 2 coins one for each player, and they must be the same denomination. So the game is actually pretty easy. You start with asking permission to play. So you have the 2 people sitting facing each other. They speak in unison the words, Sarah Sarita, may I enter your game? And then they toss the coins over their shoulders. So if they both land face up, it's a yes. If they both land face or tails up, then it's a no. And if it's one heads, one's tail, it's maybe. And then you should ask again. So once both parties get a yes and you're allowed to play, you just start asking yes or no questions. And then after each question, you toss the coin over your shoulder and you wait your answer. The only caveat to it is you must start every question, or you must address Sarah Sarita with each question. And it's the same rules. Both heads up, yes. Tails up, no. And then split is a maybe. So it is like a magic 8-ball.
Like dowsing rods, kind of. Yes.
A little bit.
No.
Except
Maybe.
it takes 2 people.
Right.
So, and then when you're done, when you want to finish, right? Both people say in unison, Sarah Sarita, may I leave your game? And then you have to toss
You hope
the
she
coins
says
again.
yes.
Hope she says yes. And in this case, it's even worse because to end the game, both have to be heads up. If it's any mixture of otherwise, it's a no. And so you might get stuck playing the game forever until you get your coins to land heads up. So the other thing is they recommend not playing it outdoors because you can lose your coins.
Oh yeah.
And then they also be careful where you're playing indoors because you don't want to lose your coins. And they said,
Ah, crap! I went down the vent.
right, and then you didn't finish the game properly.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. What happens doesn't say.
Because nobody lived to tell you what happened afterwards.
Exactly. The one thing they said is for your coins, when you get done playing the game, keep your coins safe and don't spend them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's probably because it's hey, these coins are now
They're now trigger objects.
right, and so you don't want to give it away to somebody
Yeah.
to.
I'd recommend using pennies that you found outside the gas station.
Yeah, that would work.
Well,
with,
see,
with gum stuck to it. Because
Oh.
then you know not to spend it.
I seen this played on a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
They went into this old shack that was it was like a local hangout for the teens that went there and partying and whatnot.
Love
and,
Shack.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody's heard of the Omar Gosh YouTube videos, but him and his friend, they go in there and they play this game.
And how did it work out for him?
I think at one point they lost one of the coins.
Oh no!
They ended up finding it, thank goodness. And it took them a while, though, to get it where they were both heads up.
To exit
get,
the game?
To get permission to leave the game.
Did the answers seem like legitimate?
Yes. I mean, if you're watching it, yeah, it seemed it did, but...
Through movie magic.
Through movie magic.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder, though, because like it is a pretty much random game of chance, right? So
Well, exactly.
So you got to wonder if there is spirit manipulation of the coins so that they land in the way that would be,
Like that's the point, is that you're saying the spirit actually made it land that way.
Exactly. So it's a question. Like if you played with Magic 8 Ball and you did Sarah Sarita with the Magic 8 Ball, would you expect like similar results? Be interesting.
I don't know. Let's play it and find out.
I don't have... Who has coins anymore?
I do.
Well, there's a coin shortage, through COVID, apparently.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that happens, but okay.
That doesn't make sense.
I think it's because
Why?
nobody was spending their coins because people were staying home.
Yeah. Or they just can't mint anymore because there's not enough metal or enough people to do it.
That's because they're using it all on the Death Star. You know how much metal that takes to create that?
It's a lot of metal.
Right?
A lot of hardware, man.
All right, so next one I've got, if you've seen the movie The Conjuring, then you have seen this one. This one is called Hide and Clap. And honestly, this is one that I would be a little bit freaked out to play.
Oh, I would never play
I
this
would
game.
never
After
do
that
this.
movie,
I would rather do Bloody Mary with a mirror, honestly, than playing this game.
Yes.
Because that movie ruined it. I mean, and I know that it's very Hollywoodized. We've all met Andrea Perrin, and she's told us that a lot of that was very Hollywoodized.
they played hide and seek, but they didn't play the hide and clap. That was
yeah.
added to the movie.
But just the thought of it makes me a little...
But the movie made it so creepy.
Yeah, that's scary crap. Okay, so it's a simple game. All you got to do is you need to play it in like absolute darkness, okay? So you can't have lights on. The darker, the better, because you want to be able to not see. That's the point. People believe that it works only if you play it in a large house with fewer occupants. So if you're having a sleepover at your friend's large house and their parents are away, turn off all the lights, close all the blinds, unplug the VCRs. They don't have VCRs anymore. Unplug the...
Blu-ray players.
Yeah. Although you could leave the Kinect on, right? Because then you can have
Oh my
a video
gosh,
camera.
no.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be creepy.
Adds another... That's leveling up right there. Okay, so as soon as you start playing the game with your friends, what you do is you would start to sense that other invisible players have also joined you. And basically all it is you're going around...
Sorry, that was me.
Okay, I'm hearing stuff.
I was yawning.
I'm sensing something around. I heard it.
We have begun to play the game.
That's right. So essentially all it is you go there and you go clap, clap, and everybody's supposed to go. And if you're close, and then the thing is and you could do it blindfolded.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
what they
if
did it
it's-
in the movie.
In the
But
movie,
if
they were
it's-
blindfolded.
But if it is pitch black dark, then
You don't need to be
necessarily blindfolded. But the whole point of it is it's kind of like playing hide and seek, and you just use it's like Marco Polo. You're like going Marco, and then they're supposed to say Polo, and then you got to go find them. But this is less because you don't hear a voice.
All you hear is the clapping, and you're supposed to
You
find
know.
the person by
Yeah,
being close to them when they clap.
If you hear Polo and it's your little sister, you know it's your little sister.
Right.
But when you hear, you have no idea who or what the heck that is. That's why it's freaking creepy. I would never play it because I'm too much of a... I mean, I used to be a real big boob, and now I'm not so much of a boob anymore. This one, no.
No way, huh?
Nope.
So how
Now,
are
could be lots of fun in a funeral home.
how are extra players supposed to so you're supposed to hear so if you had I don't
So
know,
one
three
person
players,
is it. Okay, yeah,
three
so,
live
so you
players
have
playing
three live
with you.
players, okay? So say that there's
There's
playing
4
with
people
you.
playing.
4 people playing. So
The
one
one
person
person's
is
it. The
and
other
they're the
3
ones
are
that
hiding.
are calling. So everybody goes and they hide, and then you go clap. When you think when you're stumped, you ask for a clap, and then they're supposed to go. And then you try to zone in on where that noise came from, but it's pitch black, so you're stumbling over all kinds of crap.
Right.
Banisters. You fall over the banister and the bottom of the stairs. Anyway, Yeah, so, and that's the whole point. And then once you finally get close enough, like you touch them, it's like, I found you. Sorry, I just hit my daughter on the arm.
Yeah.
I found you.
I
So
was
yeah,
lost.
so that's kind of what, that's the whole point of the game.
Oh.
And if you're brave enough, go and play it and see if it feels really spooky. See if you feel, I mean, if
I would
if
recommend
you-
blindfolding the person that's
would
it
too.
to make it
Yeah.
even worse.
I would too.
Just
Here's
make
the
sure
thing.
you play it on a
There's-
level ground
There's
so that
three
no
of
one's
you
tripping
playing.
downstairs.
Okay, there's three of you playing, and then once the person's caught, once you catch the one person, then they would go back to like a home base, and they don't clap anymore. Okay, so now you're sitting there, you're out there playing, you've caught two, and you're like, all right, clap, and then you hear like, different claps from different parts of the house, or
Creepy.
claps from different directions.
So it's really
Especially when you have one less person you're trying to find.
Yeah, just one person left.
that
and
last person, but you're hearing three people clap.
that would terrify.
right?
Well, imagine you had claps going all around you and you're still.
Oh yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that you hear like a whole bunch of like claps all the way around you.
That's why you blindfold a person, and then what you do is you get down low, and then you walk around them, and they're like,
Oh
clap,
my gosh.
and like, keep moving.
This is why you don't play these games with Josh, because he'll just make it worse and try to really scare
Cheater.
Then you just end up
Well.
grabbing the ankle.
It's
Right?
it's a simple game, it's a simple concept, but it could be some good scary fun and
Oh yeah, absolutely terrifying.
good luck.
Make sure you don't have one of those clappers like they used to
Yeah,
have.
clap
Clap
on.
on.
The lights come
Clap
on.
off.
Lights keep
Clap
going
on,
on.
clap off.
Then you do
The
need
clapper.
blindfolds.
Okay, so the next one I have is called Baby Blue. Blue Baby.
Baby blue.
And this is actually kind of connected to Bloody Mary. So basically, this is being said that the baby blue is the baby of Bloody Mary. So more than a game, it's a challenge. As you start doing it, there are chances that you'll see a woman screaming in your mirror, and you have to escape before that. So more of a game. It's about accepting a challenge and trying to get away from Bloody Mary again, I guess. Why would you do this? I don't know.
You piss her off and say, I stole your baby.
So you can actually play by yourself, or you can play with a group of people. If you're playing by yourself, the requirements is you need to be in a bathroom with a toilet that flushes, a mirror, and a door that locks.
So don't play it in a honey bucket.
No, well it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
flush.
Doesn't
No.
flush.
Doesn't flush. Like it can lock, and there's a mirror. There's a little mirror.
Yep.
Tiny.
I know that because I was in a honey bucket this weekend.
But you could play it on an airplane.
Yes, you could.
Well, does it flush or suck?
That's debatable.
It goes away. Okay, so and you're supposed to start the game at 2:45 or 3 a.m. in that 15-minute window for that witching hour. And when you go into the bathroom, you lock the door behind you. And you look in the mirror and you position your arms as if you're cradling a baby, and you rock your arms back and forth like you're rocking a baby. And you chant the phrase, baby blue, blue baby, baby blue, blue baby, 13 times. By the time you get to about the 8th time, you should start feeling your arms getting heavier. And you keep all your concentration on your hands as they keep getting heavier. So keep all your senses there. And then after a few seconds, as you get closer to the 13th chant, you might feel scratching on your hands. And that's the time to stop. And you drop the weight that you feel in your hands in the toilet and flush.
So you abort the baby?
You abort the baby.
Oh, that's
You
awful.
flush the baby
Stole
away.
the ghost baby, and now
Oh,
you're
my-
flushing it down the toilet.
No wonder she comes after
No
you.
wonder she's pissed off.
Okay, and then you unlock and come outside the bathroom and close the door behind you, and you won. Woohoo.
And you won.
Well, okay.
Win.
But wait.
So
But wait, what's the losing condition? Failure may result in one of two conditions. Either you'll see a woman screaming in a mirror to get her baby back, or else scratching of your hands will get unbearable. And in any of these situations, you lose, and you should run as fast as you can.
to where? It's in your house.
Just run.
Exactly. Just
Well,
says run.
You know why?
Run, Forrest,
Because
run.
because it follows.
Oh my gosh, I hate that movie.
But like, okay, so this is a game you don't play in your house
No.
because you'll have to go back to that bathroom again.
You're gonna have to take a long dump.
So play.
Baby's gonna come up.
I think
Yeah.
this is one reason why it's played so often in like school bathrooms versus home bathrooms.
You don't want it in your house.
Further down my notes, it says just to save yourself, just run out of the bathroom.
Okay, that's well, yeah.
Well, there's some logical like explanation to even the feeling of heaviness, though.
Well, that goes back to the whole mind game type
Right.
thing,
But,
right?
like, in I think
Holding your arms out.
yeah. So
Uh-huh.
Jamie found one version where you hold your arms out like this, as
Uh-huh.
if you're accepting a baby. Well, I don't know if you ever tried it. How long you can do this for? But
Before your
eventually-
arms start getting heavy, just trying to hold them straight
yeah,
out.
it gets hard, and then eventually your hands are going to go down. So it's it's the same concept. Like even like this, like eventually your arms are going to get heavy, and it's going to be too much to even
Yeah,
hold
as you're
them like
rocking
that.
it back and forth, you're going to start getting heavier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your arms are going to get tired.
is it
13 times. Come
But
on.
is it worth the risk?
No.
No,
No. See, now if you play with more than just if you play with a group of people, it says to create fog on the mirror and write baby blue on the mirror, which you don't write on mirrors to begin with.
Never.
And then what you do with your friends as you're chanting it, you pass the weight of the baby back and forth between your friends. And you make sure you don't lose that weight.
but then who flushes the baby?
Last one to flush loses. Better run.
So, and then you'll feel scratching on your arms, just like as if you were playing it by yourself. It's to pass the weight to the next person, and you may continue passing as much as you want. But to end the game, you should erase the words from the mirror while holding the weight in your hands. Soon you'll feel the weight get lighter. When the weight is gone completely, unlock and come out of the bathroom. As you're out of the bathroom, congrats, you won.
So I'm thinking this through mentally, right? So here I am holding a baby, arms interlocked. How am I going to erase the mirror?
Right.
I feel like every time somebody
Use
comes
your
out of the
forehead.
bathroom at any of our houses now, we just need to start clapping and say, "Congratulations, you won!" For all
the
you
thing
know
is,
that they were in there playing this.
it
I
doesn't
don't
even
know.
say like flushing the baby away when you're playing with a group of people. You're just passing the baby back and
So you
forth.
just steal it.
Better make sure that
So-
the seat's up though, because you
Check
can't
it
get
in.
it. You can't
Either
get an
way-
imaginary baby through a real toilet seat.
That's true.
Lid cover. You got it lit up.
Yep.
Either way, it's still a game that I wouldn't
Just
play.
put it down when
No.
you're done.
Because
Yeah.
you're writing on a mirror, you're staring in a mirror, you're chanting, you're locking yourself in your bathroom. I mean, in this,
Hello, dear.
your heightened, scary, senses trying to get out of that bathroom, of a locked bathroom. I don't know.
But speaking of this too, like
We're running into the locker.
so you lock. It's like if you play with 4 or 5 people, right? You gotta cram 4 or 5 people into a locked bathroom,
Right. Yep.
Then try to get out. Go run. Not getting anywhere.
Trampled.
And then someone lets out a nervous fart. We're all stuck in a small space.
I can't.
And then you end up on the
Isn't
news.
that the appropriate place to fart?
Yes.
Go to the restroom.
But not when you got 5 people in the bathroom with you.
I don't usually have 5 people in the bathroom, just one dog.
Oh, I know. She doesn't like you to poop alone.
She's
No.
she's a pooping buddy.
Our dog is our moral support pooping buddy.
Ew.
Everybody needs it.
Yeah. I
Jamie.
All right, so this next one's called Sweet Tooth. And this particular game revolves around summoning a gnome
I love this so much.
to eat your chocolate.
It's
Yes.
David the gnome.
You heard me right, to eat your chocolate. I don't want anybody eating my chocolate.
But
Only
David's
if
a
it's
nice
bad
gnome.
chocolate. If it's like Palmer's,
Oh,
they can have
yeah.
all the chocolate they want.
You can't summon a gnome at all with Palmer's chocolate. It's not worth it.
No.
Yeah, they know the difference.
It's just wax. It's not chocolate.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's like Twizzlers.
Okay, so obviously,
Stop that.
So obviously, you're going to need a bar of chocolate, a pair of scissors, a string, and a mirror. And you're going to start by placing the mirror face up on the floor, but below a light fixture. Okay. Then you're going to tie one end of the string to the chocolate bar. And then you're going to suspend the chocolate bar from the light fixture.
This is like playing Mousetrap. How to catch a leprechaun.
But you need to make sure that the chocolate bar is hanging directly over the mirror, but not touching it. So then the players need to remain quiet.
And the mirror's face up or face down?
It's face up.
Okay.
Yep. So then the players remain quiet. And then one person will take the scissors and cuts the string while another shuts off the lights while chanting, "Sweet tooth, please appear," 3 times. When the lights are turned back on, it's supposed to be revealed that the gnome has what they have left for the group. So the gnome can leave anything from more chocolate, less chocolate, or even bite marks on the chocolate bar that was hanging there.
So
I don't get it.
if the gnome leaves you little chocolate pellets, don't
Eat them.
Don't eat them.
Well, those are the little eggs from the Easter Bunny. You can eat those. They're usually they're like Paul's. That's how you know his name was Paul.
Paul.
Like again, like this is another one of those games. Is like, why would you play it?
To get rid of bad chocolate.
Oh, yeah, but if they don't eat bad chocolate,
Or if they leave you more bad chocolate because they're
Yeah.
trying to get rid of theirs.
could you imagine like you play with the Palmer's chocolate bar, right?
Right.
And then you turn the lights off and you turn them back on, and what you find is like 20 boxes of Palmer's chocolate.
You lose. That's the ultimate you
Well,
lose.
then you have a gnome running around your house, just I'm here.
Yeah.
Wait.
I want your
You're
chocolate.
thinking
What
the
if
gnomes are
it's-
friendly.
What if it's
David the gnome was friendly.
pooping gnome on the phone?
We do have a pooping gnome.
I have a pooping
playing on his
gnome.
phone.
Sitting on his phone.
So,
That was my Mother's Day present. Mike gives good gifts.
hey, they're fun. you don't just get a gift; you get a story that you can just tell again and again and again.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Right? See, you should be grateful for these things. All right, so my next one here, it's called One Man Hide and Seek, and this is one I definitely would not do because it's almost like making a voodoo doll, right? So this game originated in Japan and it was known as Hitori Kukenburo. Yeah, whatever it is. It's Hitori something.
Me no Japanese. Good.
Yes. So this is a weird and spooky game where you play hide and seek with a doll. Okay. So in order to play the game, all you need to do is get a hold of a stuffed doll, and then you remove all its stuffings and replace it with rice and with a piece of your fingernail. Right? So you're already putting... That's like... Yeah. No. Then you need to sew the doll with a red thread and wrap the remaining thread around the doll. You need to place the doll in a tub filled with water and then go switch off all the lights. So what does rice do when you feel it? It's going to expand, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Triple in size.
Yep. So then you come back to the place where you kept the doll after some time. And if the doll is gone, then the game is on. And now it's your turn to go hide.
And this is where Chucky came from.
Yeah.
Got to be where Chucky came from.
All right. The fact that bothers me about it, I mean, you can stuff a doll with things for sure. But the fact that you're putting a fingernail or something in there, that's where you start getting into some pretty dark stuff.
I wonder why a fingernail. Like, not a toenail, not your hair.
It could be a toenail. It could be a butt hair. I'm sure. Whatever. You know.
Just a
Oh my
piece
gosh,
of-
can we
a
do
piece of
this?
you.
Can we do this but buy one of those like human-sized teddy bears from Costco?
You know much rice? You know how heavy that thing would be after fillable rice?
Could you imagine this big, huge teddy bear?
I don't want to.
That
Yeah.
walks around with a butcher knife
Yeah.
in one paw, axe in the other.
Oh,
Stop that happy face.
Dude, I would have a serious bowel movement if I was hiding and I see this big bear running at me. At least with the little one, I could kick it and run.
Come on, could you imagine this great, big, huge, human-sized teddy bear? Like, you.
So we go to Costco's, we buy one teddy bear and 400 pounds of rice.
Yep.
This sounds like a YouTube challenge. Like when they put out those little beads that expand and turn into...
Oh,
and they
yeah.
fill the whole pool full of them?
Yeah. You have to put it in a swimming pool to get enough water into it.
I saw they ended up doing like the whole backyard. It was fun. Yeah, I'm not playing one man hide and seek. I think I'd get bored and I'd fall asleep.
Well, then you're gonna wake up with
And I wake up with this soggy, wet doll. Smells like rice on my chest. And it's like, uh-oh. Who put this here? It was my wife. She totally mucked with me.
Yes, I totally would.
You totally would do
100%.
that. That's just like the adult version of Elf on the Shelf.
Oh my god!
And then all of a sudden it's changing. It's moved.
We do it with the Raggedy Ann doll.
There you go. Oh yeah. For those of you that don't know, Annabelle was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yes.
Which makes that scary.
Okay, so the next game I have is called the Shoebox Telephone. There's a big caution at the beginning of this. It says this is a ritual that calls upon the dead to communicate. This is for information purposes only. Should you decide to attempt this ritual, be warned that this isn't a game and any results, both good and bad, may be long-lasting, disturbing, and possibly dangerous.
Don't do it.
So basically what you need is your telephone booth, which is your closet. Once again, scary things in your closet. You need a shoebox. You need 2 paper cups and a string. And then you need a pencil and a piece of paper. And a pair of scissors. So what you do is you wait for the end of the day, and right before you go to bed, you don't need to switch off the lights in the house. You're fine, but you need to switch off like your telephone, your TV, your stereo, your computer, like anything that's going to distract you, technology-wise.
All your sources to cry for help.
Yeah, you want it to be quiet. And then you write down a very specific question that you want an answer to. Very specific. And it doesn't have to be like specific to like who you're asking the question to, just more specific to something you want an answer to. And you write that down on the piece of paper, and then you put it in the box, and then you take your 2 paper cups and you make one of those paper cup, like tin can phone call. They used to, you see it in Grown-ups. They do it, and you can put the paper cup to your ear.
Oh yeah.
And you can hear somebody talking on the other end. Sometimes they're done with tin cans. Sometimes they're done with paper cups. So you put your question in your shoebox, and you put one end of the paper cup in the shoebox, and you put it in your closet, and you shut your closet door. And then you put the other end of the cup by your bed, and then you go to sleep. And then to get the answer to your question, and it could happen that night. It might take 2 or 3 nights, but eventually, sometime while you're sleeping, you'll dream of a telephone ringing. And when you have that dream, when you wake up, don't turn on any lights. Keep it dark. And if the paper cup is still... So you put the paper cup upside down, so the string is coming out the top. If the cup is still facing down, then you're good. You can pick up the phone and put it to your ear to get the answer to your question that's in the box. But if the cup has been knocked over, do not pick it up. That's what your scissors are for. You cut the scissors, cut the line, because whatever's going to come out of that, you're not going to want to hear. And it's not going to be the answer that you want.
That's what you're going to hear, right?
So,
the interesting thing though is that in order for the paper cup, the telephone thing to work, they have the line has to be taut.
It does need to be taut.
Yeah.
Or
it should be.
Yeah, because if not, then the sound waves can't travel through the string.
Mm-hmm.
And
this
so
is a supernatural world.
Oh,
Dude. They don't need
okay.
True.
I left out. After you write your
Science doesn't
question,
have to matter.
you're supposed to read your question into the end of the paper cup, so you're sending out your call. And then you put it in the closet, and that's why the string goes from the closet to your nightstand or whatever's next to your bed.
So you write your question down and put it in the box, put the cup in the box, put that in your closet.
And then shut your closet door.
So the monsters in your closet can answer your phone call.
Yes.
Yep. And then you ask the same question through the phone.
Yeah.
Even
and
though
then,
just in case they can't read.
Right.
Yeah. So
And
I
then-
don't know.
and
I
then
don't
you
know.
dream about a
This is
telephone.
definitely one that I would not try because
No.
I mean, just putting something up to your ear, even if there's nothing on the other end, you're gonna hear echoes,
The ocean.
whispers, ocean. You know, like the like the
Well, if it's in
seashell.
your head and you're already thinking about it, you'll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's the shoebox telephone.
Interesting. Never heard of that one either.
No, neither have I.
I'm
Anik, we're
learning
doing
a
this
lot.
in your room when we go home tonight.
No, we're not.
And then you hear.
All right, guess what? You're gonna have a teenager sleeping in your bed with you then.
Oh heck no! Get out of my bed.
Well, then we're not doing it
There's
in
not
my
enough room
room.
between you, me, and mom, and the Bob, me and the dog. Jamie.
All right. So the final one that I have is called the Fortune Game. So this originally is a Japanese fortune-telling game. It's of ancient folklore and has been practiced for centuries. So what you'll need is a comb, just like an ordinary comb. Something to conceal your face, and a crossroads, which for those of you that watch Supernatural, you are aware of what that is. And for those that don't, it's an intersection of two or more roads. Roads.
Roads.
I'd recommend doing this probably in more of a podunk town versus, you know.
Yeah, don't do it
Yeah,
in inner
the
city,
right?
like in Manhattan.
So
Probably in Fifth.
So you're going to start by walking out to the crossroads, and just after dark, you can either go alone or with a friend. You stand near the center, and you make the comb speak. So run your fingers along the teeth of the comb. That's making it speak, I guess.
Oh, I have one.
Do you have one? Yeah, let's do it for demonstration here.
We're not at a crossroads, so we're just fine, right?
Yeah, we're at a round table. We're good.
Little Acme comb I got at Sally Beauty Supply for 97 cents.
Make it sing.
Oh, sorry, I should have in front of the microphone. It sounds like a zipper, right? This is how you do it. Fingernail.
Make it speak.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
There you go. Does sound like a zipper.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay, so after you make the cone speak, you then want to repeat these 3 lines. And I'm going to butcher this because it's,
In Japanese.
yes. Suji ura, grant me a true response. So after you say this, you're going to conceal your face and just wait.
In the middle of an intersection.
Well, this is like, yeah, do it in a podunk town like Terry said.
Wait, does that like we just put on like a COVID mask?
Well, no, you want to
No,
put
you-
like
No,
a veil.
I've heard where like you can take
like
like
a pillowcase, man.
a pillowcase, or you can take like a hoodie and wear it backwards and then pull the hood up over your head.
You want to conceal your whole face.
So
In
you
the
need to
middle of an
consider.
Then I
Yeah.
recommend
Yeah.
you wear something reflective.
That
You're
would
just
probably
gonna
be
stand
smart.
Cars
in the middle of this intersection. You're can't see anything and pray you don't get hit by a car. Don't wear all black.
You know how fast those semis come through. Like you've seen Pet Cemetery, right?
Yes,
Doesn't take but a second, and also,
exactly.
yeah.
All right, so then you're gonna just wait there until someone approaches you. If nobody comes, or you are approached by a friend or someone you know, your request has been denied by the spirit realm.
Okay.
However, if a stranger walks over, and if you're in the city, I guarantee you'll have them walk over.
Yes, his name's Officer Wilson.
My gosh, why didn't we play this when we were camping out for the parade?
Oh my gosh, we would have.
Oh, you so could have.
Because it would have been Officer Wilson.
So, if a stranger does walk over, without revealing your identity, you politely ask them to tell you your fortune. You quietly listen, and once they have finished and disappeared back into the night, you walk home with your newfound knowledge. And then basically, is your news good or bad?
You're arrested.
And who exactly is the
Yeah.
stranger? Yeah.
Your fortune.
You're
is
arrested. You're in jail.
You're
Your
going to be spending
fortune
a night
is-
in jail.
Did you get given a drunk test?
A cavity search.
So yeah, you go in the middle of the crossroads, you dig a hole, you bury a box, you cover the box,
That's only on TV.
and then some nice gentleman or woman will come talk to you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then
No
they'll-
thanks.
And their eyes go all black.
Yes, all black.
But you wouldn't know that because you got a pillowcase over your head.
That's right. Your face is
A
concealed.
pillowcase or your hoodie's on backwards.
What is my fortune? Give me your money.
It sounds like something you see happen on Beavis and Butthead, honestly.
Yes.
Hey, tell me my fortune. All right. We've gone on for a long time, and I know you're all waiting. Did you have one more, Terry?
Microwave.
Oh, we do have one more.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
Okay.
But we can.
No.
We gotta do that
You got to
one.
do it.
It has
I've
to
been
be-
waiting for this
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Yes.
This is
Okay.
the one game
so-
that we would all play.
This is one game
Yes.
that we would all play.
Okay.
100%. I
Yep.
would go home and play this right now because this game is hilarious. And I watched a YouTube video of a girl actually playing this game, which intrigued me. This is the Paranormal microwave game.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so once again, there's a warning that says, although this game might seem silly, everyone that has played it correctly has seen disturbing results. Proceed with caution. Okay, what you need to play the game, you need a microwave, a stopwatch, a microwave safe bowl or plate, food of your choosing, and a candle.
Again with the candles.
Yeah. Okay. So this game can be played at any time of the day because you're going to trick your microwave into believing it's the haunting hour. So you set your microwave clock to 3 a.m. Make sure it says a.m. and not p.m. So if you're using military time, make sure it's 3 o'clock, not 1500.
300.
Yeah. So then you light a candle and you put it underneath the microwave. So if your microwave is like above your stove, you're going to light the candle and put it underneath your microwave. If you can't put it underneath your microwave because your microwave is on a counter, you're going to put the candle right next to the microwave. Okay, then you get the microwave safe plate or bowl and place a piece of food on it. Whatever you want to cook up. If you want a burrito, some shrimp.
Fix me a chicken pot pie.
Okay, and then you put the food in the microwave and close the door. And then you say, if you're here, heat my food to let me know 3 times. So, if you're here, heat my food to let me know. And then you walk away. Go somewhere in your house where you wouldn't be able to hear the microwave turn on. You're not allowed to hear it. Okay, and then you take your stopwatch and you set your stopwatch to 3 minutes to mimic the clock on the microwave. And then you wait 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes is up, go back to your microwave and check to see if the food is heated. If it was, say thank you and blow out the candle. If it wasn't, close the door and knock on the microwave door 3 times. Then say, if you won't heat my food, show me on the microwave that you're here. If the response says yes, if response yes shows up within 30 seconds, say thank you and you blow out the candle. If a response doesn't show up, this game was not meant for you. Play again in a different house.
Can I recommend
Ooh.
not doing something that takes more than 3 minutes to eat or heat?
To eat?
So don't make a baked potato.
Yeah, I'd say maybe like a grilled cheese sandwich.
Who microwaves a
microwave?
grilled cheese sandwich?
The thing is you don't want something that's like 60 seconds because then you're going to have burnt food
Ooh.
and you're...
Chimichanga.
Right?
You know, my dad once
about 3
microwaved
minutes.
something for 10 minutes once. And about an hour later, he was calling the fire department because the microwave
Yeah.
was still going.
We got a
he
notification
put an
from
extra.
the...
He put an extra zero on that
Oh, no.
and forgot about it.
He
Went
burnt.
down to the computer and
Anyways.
Oh, no.
exploded.
Anyways, yes, I would definitely try this game. I don't think it's going to work. I'll be shocked if it works.
I want to go try it now.
But it'd be nice to have a hot burrito at least, right?
Right?
No, here's where it gets crazy. So you put a burrito in and you get a chicken sandwich out. Surprise, motherfucker! That'd be awesome.
It's like the theme of this show.
These are like
Surprise!
these are like the good ghosts. Ask your spirit guides to make me lunch, Mom. Grandma, will you make me lunch? All right. Now there is one last one that we were gonna talk about, but we decided not to. I know you've all been waiting for this one. It is the magical, mystical mystery tour, the Ouija board.
Probably the one you guys wanted
Probably
to
one
hear
you
the
wanted to
most.
We will do a whole episode on the Ouija board. There's so much material I have already on it. On the other show I used to be on, we did an episode. So there's so much you can cover, and we would go for another.
So keep
Another
listening
hour.
because we'll do an episode.
We'll
on
come
it.
back to it.
Absolutely.
But I will say this: don't play with Ouija boards.
No.
No.
Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Not even ones you make yourself.
Nope. You might think it's harmless, but it's not. And it's not worth the risk. With that, does anybody have anything else to add?
Nope.
All right.
Thank you, Annika. I hope this wasn't too boring for you.
Nope.
I would like to be invited to your slumber parties. I probably won't come, but if I do, surprise! I'll be surprised, heck. You can follow us. We are on social media.
We're all over social
We
media.
are all over. There's the Paranormal Peeps Podcast Facebook page.
Please go there, like us, follow us, join the page, please.
Share with your friends.
Absolutely.
Where else we got there, Terry?
On Instagram, come follow us. We're getting a lot of followers over there. Come interact, comment, like, subscribe. We're at coldspot_paranormal_research.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, it'd be fun to have like a community of like our followers, and come and share and talk to us. We'd love to hear back from you. We'd love to hear your feedback, as long as it's positive and constructive.
Because if we get enough interaction, we could actually do a show and read your stories.
Yeah, and you'd
Absolutely.
be famous for like all 6 listeners that listen. So all the other 5 listeners would be like, "Wow, that guy's so cool."
I was gonna say,
So
where do we
neat.
pick up the new one?
They joined our Facebook.
That's how it works. It's like
They joined our Instagram page.
it's like those old AT&T commercials with the call and so on and so on. And it just multiplies.
That's right. Like rabbits.
And friends tell your friends, and your friends tell their friends. So, do we have any other pages?
Yeah, we
We do have Cold Spot Paranormal Research on Facebook too, do we not?
We do. And YouTube.
And YouTube.
So we're there as well.
Check it out. We'll be adding more. I know there's not a whole lot on the YouTube site right now, but we will be adding more. We do have some cool investigations coming up in the next couple of months that we're going to talk about those on upcoming
yeah.
episodes.
Yes.
So I know y'all like to hear ghost stories, so we'll have some of those going on. And lastly, if you have something going on at your house, we don't want you to live in fear. If you are in the northern Utah area and you have something that's freaking you out,
You tried to play one of these games and it didn't work out
Yeah.
right for you.
yeah, you said, "Man, that mic is full of crap. I'm totally playing with the Ouija board," and then you summon Beelzebub. Give us a call. We would happily come and investigate and see if we can remedy the problem there. So the number is... No, just kidding. That's the Ghostbusters number I was going to give you. But we do have a website. You can go to paranormalhope.com. Right?
Correct.
paranormalhope.com, and just send us a message and we'll get back to you, and we'll set up and we'll come out.
Yep.
So, and we do this free of charge. This isn't something that we're here to make a buck on. We figure we have experience in things, and we don't want anybody to live in fear. So it's just a service that we provide, and we'd love to help out if we can. With that, I hope everybody has a great night.
Stay ghosty, my peeps. Thank you for listening to the Paranormal Peeps podcast. You can find us on social media at Twitter at CPR Paranormal, on Facebook at Paranormal Peeps Podcast and Cold Spot Paranormal Research. And you can find us on Instagram at coldspot_paranormal_research.